One lucky dog out for a spring run this morning. Spring is, of course, a great time for maintenance on your homes and cars, as Chris and Regina talked about. But don't forget about your pets. CBS News correspondent and our resident veterinarian, Dr. Debbie Turner-Bell, here with a health checklist for our furry friends this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this, we think about, you bring your kids probably to the doctor every year for a checkup. You also need to make sure your dog, your cat gets there once a year as well.
Yeah, at least once a year. And mainly it's because there are diseases and issues that if they're caught early, they're really simple to solve and less expensive. And so if your animal goes in to see their veterinarian at least once a year, that gives the veterinarian a chance to check diseases like diabetes or hormone imbalances or even obesity that leads to diabetes and nip it in the bud, if you will.
Especially important as they age, because we know they age a lot quicker than humans.
As they get older, then their veterinary care becomes more important.
So we need to do that once a year. But then also in terms of our dog's health, spring is a good time for a little checkup. Any reason why spring, or is it just a good season to do it?
I just like to mark it because it's usually when more activity is going on. It's when we get ready for the summer. Summer gets very, very busy, and sometimes busy family neglects their pets. And so spring is a good time. Get them in, get their health checked. Also have them checked for heartworms and put them on heartworm preventative if they don't have heartworms, and treat them for fleas. That way, as you get into the busy summer months, this is not something that you have to try to squeeze in between the family vacation.
I like it. Another important aspect, we do spring cleaning in our house. We might do some spring cleaning on our pets.
Should absolutely.
Grooming is very important. Specifically, what do we need to pay attention to?
You want to pay attention to the things that can lead to disease. So I have Callie here, who's an apricot toy poodle. Absolutely gorgeous, right? You, as an owner, can lift your dog's ears and take a look inside the ear. And if you look in there, you see how nice and see how pink that is? It's not red, it's not dirty, and if you sniff, you don't smell anything.
I don't smell anything.
All right? If it's reddened, if it's dirty, and if you smell something, there's something going on, you should take them to the veterinarian. But you can clean your dog's ears, and I recommend it. You get a solution made for the ear, wet it on a cotton ball.
Can you buy that solution at any pet store?
Buy it at the pet store or talk to your veterinarian. You want to soak it down. If you're an expert, you can squirt it in there, but for the novice, soak the cotton ball down. Just stick it right in there and smush it around a little bit. All right.
How far? I can't.
Just the external ear. Just the external. You don't want to go because actually their ear canal goes straight down and straight in, so you can't get all the way in. But you just smush it around a little bit, wipe out any debris, and you see Callie is very good. She's used to this. She gets groomed regularly, and boom, the ears stay clean. That's important to do. All right. You also want to check their teeth. Now, of course, I talk about it all the time. You should brush your dog's teeth between professional cleaning. The way you do it's very easy. All you have to do, you don't have to open their mouth, is just lift the lip. And you can see, aren't those beautiful teeth? The gums should be pink, not red. They shouldn't be putrid.
My dog's teeth don't look like that.
The teeth should be really white, not yellow, not green, not black, all of that. And here's the thing. Bad teeth leads to bad gums. Gum disease leads to heart disease.
And it can even, we've talked about this before, if their teeth or their gums are not in such good shape, it can actually start to clog up some of their glands, right? And sometimes we see excess.
In the sinuses, that's right. They can get infections. They can end up needing a root canal just like we. It's very important to keep your dog's teeth clean, especially as they age.
Okay, so we've got those two down. One other important thing, I think we're going to bring in our next friend.
I'm going to call in Callie's mom, Nancy.
Callie, thank you.
Thank you so much. Callie was perfect.
Good with the teeth and the ears.
And then now we have Cornelia, who's bringing in Nellie. Nellie, do you recognize this breed of dog?
Nellie looks like Obama.
Yes. This is a Portuguese water dog. Sit, Nellie. Very good. Now will you go all the way down? Excellent.
So well behaved.
Yes. It's also important to keep the feet clipped, the nails clipped.
This can be especially tough. I'm sure a lot of people experience this if their dogs have black nails. My dog has black nails, so cutting them and knowing where the quick is can be really tough.
That is tough. I'm just going to pull back Nellie's hair so you can see the nails. You just barely see them. They are black, and that's why it's important in this case maybe to have the nails clipped professionally, because they have a lot of blood supply, a lot of nerve supply. You don't want to clip into it, but I do want to point out that there's a couple of different types of clippers. There is the guillotine type, which is really good. It helps with control. This is my favorite type. There's also a scissor type that some people prefer that you can use, and it just clamps down over the nail. You just want to be very careful not to cut into the quick.
Which is basically kind of like their cuticle.
It is exactly. Well, it's actually like our blood supply that goes all the way out to the tip of our. So can you imagine if you cut your finger?
Of the nail.
It's the pink part. So you want to do just a little bit at a time, and really all you want to do is cut the nail enough so that it's up off the ground when they plant their foot.
Oh, okay.
And that's all.
So it's just minuscule
just a little bit to take the tip off.
We can do that.
Yes.
Now with all the spring cleaning that we're doing around the house, one thing you need to be really careful about is a lot of those chemicals hazardous to your pets, and that's the last thing we want to happen?
You know what? Almost any chemical that you're going to use in the spring can be detrimental, if not fatal, to your pet. So things like coolant, antifreeze, that can cause kidney shuts down. Paint thinner if you're painting, or even scraping the paint. You don't want to let your pets get into that. Fertilizer, pesticides, herbicides, all those things you're using to get your garden and lawn ready. You want to keep them in a locked cabinet or a high shelf where your pets cannot get into it. Some of it tastes good to them, and some of them they just get into out of curiosity. So you really need to keep those things away from your pet during the spring.
And if for some reason something does happen to your pet, we've got poison control for humans. Is there poison control for pets
Absolutely. The ASPCA has a great animal poison control line. You call 1-888-ANI-HELP. We'll have that on our website. Just be sure to have your credit card because they do have a fee for that. And make sure you know what the animal got into and how much, and they can help you with what to do. That's important to have right with your emergency numbers that you have for everybody else in the family.
Right there, and your vet on speed dial too.
Yeah.
Our vet. We like having you on speed dial. Dr. Debbie Turner-Bell, thank you.